All right, Waste to World of Sports, ahoy. How's everybody doing? Thursday night footy back for round 10. Feels like we've only just recovered from Magic Round, right? And here we are, ready to roll once again. Parramatta Eels versus the Dolphins. Genitalia, ahoy. Gamer Mel, ahoy. Natalie Green. Flo Lacey. Ahoy and welcome along. Now, we've got the Parramatta Eels winning this one, right? Parramatta Eels, Mitch Moses has shown he's made a difference to the team since he's come back. They didn't quite get the job done against the Cronulla Sharks at Magic Round, but I still think they showed enough positives. They were in that game right up until, well, probably about 5 minutes to go. And Parramatta, the team to beat in this one. The Dolphins, they're more than capable of getting the job done, but boy, they have been far from convincing. Matty Colkin, ahoy there. Aston, Lachlan Smith, Blade, and Claudio Dimitri. Ahoy, welcome along over there, all the TikTokers. Blue Naf 3 says, hold on, putting my life savings on the Eels. I do think that they'll be absolutely safe. Parramatta scoring a lot of their tries down the left-hand edge attack, so I've gone, and especially with the Dolphins' tendency to jam in, I've gone for Bailey Simonson and Will Penasini to bag some tries tonight. And for the Dolphins, we can't go past the Hammer, right? The Hammer has refound his form. He is scoring tries again. So look for him to get another one tonight, as well as Old Faithful, Bostock and Two Smoking Barrels. Jack Bostock, a prolific try scorer last season. Hasn't quite been going the same this year, but got him to get across the line in this one. Odd Poppet, ahoy, mate. Odd Poppet's gone for the Dolphin. A big call. Jados says, what's good? What's good? Got money on this game. Haven't won one, but this time it will be. Mookie, ahoy there, mate. Kickoff moments away. Bailey Simonson, Will Penasini, the Hammer, and Jack Bostock. Let's bring it on. Matty Colkin was at the Bears press conference, eh? Very nice. Off and running. Referee blows his whistle. Dolphins with the kickoff, and it is Mitch Moses to Junior Paulo for the first hit up. Parramatta should be too good at home, as we were discussing, so hope you got that tip in. Notice this, ahoy, mate. I think Cellar Dwellers is very harsh on both of these teams. Notice this. Quite harsh. But I digress. It is the Eels rumbling it upfield. Starting with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, it would appear, as Dylan Brown feeds it on now for Toga. Fifth and last. From inside the 40, Moses pumps it downfield. Picks out Bostock, though Bostock takes it on the full. And a successful first set there for the home side, the Parramatta Eels. Getting through without any real issue. And a nice kick from Mitch Moses. Curtis McKenzie, ahoy there, mate. Curtis McKenzie asks who I'm going for. I don't really have any skin in the game, so to speak, but I reckon the Eels will get the job done here. Francis Molo might have a thing or two to say about that, though. Fifth and last now for the Dolphins. 30 meters out from the line. And Katoa puts the kick high. Contestable ball. The Hammer going through. Putting pressure on. But Iongi takes the ball under immense pressure at the back. I mean, that's what he's there for, right? And he's done a fantastic job. But after that opening set of 6, the Eels under the pump a little bit here. Bailey Simonson tackled on the 5th from deep inside the 40 here. Mitch Moses. It's another thunderous kick, but the hammer gets to it on the full. So early in this game, only a couple of kicks in, but Mitch Moses failing to find the grass. And we know how much we love grass around here, but I digress. Actually, grass and gummies. Jados is asking if the Dolphins have won anything yet. Well, in terms of winning the competition, they haven't, but yeah, they've won a couple of games at least. Big victories over the Storm and the Panthers. And it is Katoa now breaking away from a couple of tackles. 30 meters out, 5th and last. Nikarima with the kick. Perfectly placed and moving forward to take it. Iyongi. Oh, he's a good pickup. Isaiah Iyongi. Definitely a player of the future, if not the right now. And a penalty goes to Parramatta. The home side with the first piggyback upfield. They're excited about it too. High fives, high tens all around. And this will be a nice little piece of leverage. Upfield they go. Moses finding touch inside the Dolphins' territory. And let's see if they can get a little bit of a run on here. On the back of that. Moses out the back for Brown. Shows it inside. Goes out for Iyongi. Steps in field. 25 meters out. The best opportunity of the game in the early stages. Ten from the line. They go left for Moses. Forward pass there from Brown. And it has been called as such. Well, that's a let-off, a simple let-off there for the Dolphins. Genitalia says if Ray Stone ain't a bikie, he will be. Ray Stone's a big unit. Blair, 420. Ahoy, mate. I did have one of my little gummies earlier. I had a little nibble on the arm. So, Patty, thank you very much for the rose. Emmanuel Vincent, ahoy. The returning Felice Kafusi. Nice strong carry. It brings it outside the 30. Through the hands now, Herbie Farnworth bumps off the first tackle. And he's wrapped up by Mitch Moses. And a little help there from Riley Smith as the Dolphins now up to halfway. They've got space out on the right. That's where they go. Avarillo hands it off. And Jermaine Osako has gone straight through. Brought down 20 meters out from the line. 5th and last. Katoa puts the chip in over the top. Oh, but what a take from Penasini. Can you believe I'd ever be saying that? And back in possession now, the Eels inside their own half, though. Yes, indeed, Odd Poppet. Parramatta, the home team. They should get the job done at Combank, one would suspect. 30 out from their own line. And now space created out on the left, but deciding to go into contact. Kortoga. If the Fox car would have been in a little bit of open space. Kick down to the hammer. Dolphins back in possession. I feel like the Dolphins have left a try out there early. It probably would have been the hammer in under the sticks. Freak cheese has rightfully pointed that out. But the Dolphins, they are getting the early run on as far as territory goes. A lot of the play's been down in this end. 30 or so out from the Eels line. They stay left for Nicarima. Here's Farnworth. Beats the first tackle again. Penasini stays down. Penasini will be off for a HIA. Well, that's terrible for my multi. Kicking down the short side for Bostock. Bostock bats it back. 6 more tackles, but it's picked up by the Eels. They don't get their 6 more tackles. Penasini, he came off second best. He probably came off third best as well, to be honest. And that could be Penasini's night. Roger, ahoy there. Go Dolphins, smash the Eels. It is the Eels now with the offload on the 40-meter line. Moses through the hands now. They go to the right. A little bit of space. Well, Penasini's up and about. Takes the tackle on halfway. Mark O'Brien, ahoy, mate. Para supporter for 60 years as this kick is allowed to bounce into touch there. The hammer not needing to do anything fancy there. Just lets it go into touch. And the Dolphins will have the ball here. 20 out from their own line in midfield. Play will restart. So, yes, Mark O'Brien over there on the Facebook Live. Parramatta supporter for 60 years. Wow. I mean, that's a hell of an... Here comes Penasini from the field. Well, we called that. He got himself in a horrible position there to try and make that tackle. Category 2. So he may be back. Penasini off for a HIA. He may be back. Potentially. Fingers crossed. Dolphins up to the 40. Flat pass there from dummy half and another flat pass. Would have been harsh to call either of those. Kafusi in at first receiver. Probably not what was needed. A couple of tackles left. Rock my balls. Ahoy, mate. 9.5 gone. Still no score. Well, I honestly thought this would be a high-scoring game. Katoa puts the kick down. Chasing through as Asako, but the Fox is under it. And Foxy takes it inside the 10. Their own side of halfway, their own end of the field here. Parramatta. Panda bypass says Eels to win. And Loco says Dolphins, please. Dylan, been playing Xbox, forgot about the footy. Oh, how dare you, sir? How dare you forget about the footy? 10 minutes gone and no score here. Eels stay down the short side for Moses to kick, and again, he doesn't find the grass. He finds the chest of the hammer, who returns it outside the 30. Met by a wall of para defenders. But still, Moses, this is unusual for Mitch Moses' kicking game, to not find the grass. And now, the first penalty of the night for the Dolphins. High contact. How do you go high on Jack Bostock, for crying out loud? The guy's like 9 feet tall. Mullet Magic, ahoy, mate. You forgot to bet. So you just called up and got 100 on the hammer anytime try. I think that's a pretty solid bet. 100 on the hammer. Still waiting for the first try of the match. Francis Molo will play at 35 out. Katoa shows it inside, goes out and almost through. Goes Finafuaki. 20 from the line. Hammer switches back in field towards the posts. 6 again for the Dolphins. Best opportunity of the match so far. Katoa outside to Nikorima. Numbers here. And the pass goes out for Bostock. And Bostock is unmarked in the corner. The first tick of the multi. Bostock and 2 smoking barrels. Gets the first try of the night. 4 points to 0 to the Dolphins. Now, this is where Penasini would have been defending. They obviously don't have an extra man because Penasini is able to be replaced. But the player who's come on to defend Penasini's channel obviously has no goddamn idea what's going on. And that was a simple try. The Dolphins with the early lead. A nice early tick off the multi. Well, early-ish. But yes, let's not forget Will Penasini, the starting right edge center, off for a HIA, currently off the field. That's the replacement player out there, and they clearly had no idea down that right-hand side. Very smart of the Dolphins to attack down there as well. Attack the edge where a player's off. The knee crumbler. Ahoy, mate. How are you, knee crumbler? Notice this, says that looked very easy. Certainly did. D-Max. D-Max Wamo, listening from Papua New Guinea. Welcome along, D-Max. And Wesley. Wesley says, thanks for this. No worries. Nishal, listening from Fiji. Very nice. Zemeni Tuvai says, up the wires. Brilliant stuff. Lots of support for the wires. Jados says, you've got so many Eels, you forgot to back Dolphins. As the conversion was successful there from Jermaine Asako. The conversion successful of the Jack Bostock try. 6 points to 0. The Dolphins leading this one 13.5 in. The knee crumbler says, I'm all good. Cold here in Dunedin. Oh, I'll bet. As the Dolphins bring it up to halfway and now beyond. 6-0, 14 minutes gone. Fifth and last. Katoa puts it high. Pressure on Adokar, but he does well to take it. 10 meters out from his own line as he was tracking backwards. And the Eels just need to settle things down here. .25 out from their own line. Parramatta on the back foot. Through the hands. Again, down this edge where Penasini should be. And it's Simonson who looks like he's shifted in. 16's on the field. That's Jordan Semrani. Jordan Semrani is on the field for Penasini. Fifth and last, Moses down the short side. Again, it's going to find the chest of the Hammer on the full. And the Hammer. Oh, careful, lifting tackle, but they've brought him down safely. Those can get very, very dangerous. Any sort of lifting motion on the player. And it's always dangerous. Avarillo plays it on the 40. Hammer in midfield, takes a hit up. And the Dolphins already back to halfway. A couple of tackles left. Kafusi to Nikorima, hands it off inside, and fifth and last now, Gilbert will play it. Katoa, high, straight down the field. Moses is taking him out after the kick. Bostock takes it, loses it forward. Oh, Bostock was nearly through again. So interesting, no call on the contact from Mitch Moses on Katoa after the kick. They were cracking down on those for a little while. Parramatta back in possession here on their own 20. Odd pop it. Take care of yourself, mate, for sure. And hope you start to feel better soon, mate. Charlie Geimer takes tackle 3 for the Eels. Here's Paulo in midfield. Now for Brown. Through the hands they go, and space for the Fox. Had to reach back for the pass, though. And that just held him up enough for Averillo to get across. They're inside the Dolphins' territory, though. It was nearly on there. A better pass, and the Fox was away. Double pump from Moses there for Simrani. Fifth and last. 30 from the line. Moses, they're up quickly on him. He finds some space. Now the second kick through. And it's a little too heavy, is it? It sits up in the end goal. Hammer has to play at it. Goal line dropout. Hammer was trying to shadow it over the dead ball line. A goal line dropout here for the Dolphins. Gamer Mel, ahoy there. Penasini's off for a HIA. We suspect, since it was only a Category 2, that he will pass and will be back. Gina Ferracini, ahoy. Seventeen and a half gone, 6-0 Dolphins. And it is a deep restart. Bounces up over halfway. Miscommunication from the Eels as well. Gets an extra couple of meters. But Jack Williams puts the head down. Hits it up from the back fence. 40 meters out. Here come the Eels. A 6 again on play 1 for what it's worth. It's still worth an extra tackle, isn't it? Moses now to Brown out the back. It goes for Iyongi, who taps it on, and it's a mile forward into touch. Can't find the hands of the Fox. And I'm starting to get very concerned now for Parramatta. These mistakes are becoming very alarming. Dolphins back in possession. Stephen Peake, ahoy there. Who replaced Jacob Preston in the Bulldogs lineup? Ooh, I'll have to have a look at that at halftime. But notice this is probably correct. Josh Curran probably just shifts in. They've been starting Curran. Curran's been starting on the other edge, so yeah. Keep Curran on there, bring one of the bench players on, and have somebody fresh on the bench. That'll be the way to go. As the Hammer finds half a gap. Taken down, 25 out. That's the 5th and last. Dolphins stay on the short side. Katoa kicks it. It's going to land a couple of meters out. Iyongi leaps above everybody to take it. And he might have fallen on poor Jake Averillo as he was coming down there. Lands on the bottom half of his leg. He seems okay, though, Jake. This is massive defense from the Dolphins, though. And a penalty to the Eels. Felice Kafusi there, a second effort. It had been really huge defense up until that point. And this is a much-needed piggyback upfield for the Eels. Moses to find touch. Kicking from 5 meters out from their own line. The touch finder up to the 30. And they tap and go. Sean Russell it is. Oh, boy, did they need that penalty. They were so under the pump. Here's Brown at first receiver. Out the back it goes. And Jack Williams will play it on the 40-meter line. They're still inside their own half. They just can't get any ball down in Dolphins territory. Into midfield. Moses to Brown. Space again now for the Fox, and he puts the afterburners on. Support inside. It's batted back from Brown. Pops it over the top for Iongi, who spills it with the line wide open. Isaiah Iongi. The try line was wide open. He just had to catch it and fall over. And the Dolphins have survived that one, but there's so much space out on the left for Josh Adokar if they can just get the ball to him. They finally got the ball to him. And the passing was just not crisp enough. The execution letting them down. Oh, that's got to be painful. Francis Molo brings it up towards halfway. The Dolphins off the hook. Well, you know the old saying, when it's your night, it's your night. And it could be their night tonight, the Dolphins, the way things are going. Fifth and last, Katoa puts the kick down from halfway. And here is the Fox taking it on the full. Neither kicker really finding the turf. Penasini has passed his HIA. Fantastic news for all of us who have Penasini in their same-game multis. I mean, not that it matters that much for mine because it's a free hit. Bonus bet back up to $50 if any leg fails. So we're all good anyway. 22 minutes gone, 6-0 Dolphins. Bostock, the only try scorer so far as Moses heads off down the short side. Tackled on halfway, and then he gets roughed up on the ground by Nikorima. Unnecessary. You can just feel a little bit of momentum now starting to creep the way of the Eels. Moses finds touch, 35 out, and it's Williams with the first hit up. Smith in at dummy half. He's got Moses to Paulo. Flat pass across the face of the defense. And Kortoga stands in the tackle. 20 out from the line now. Inside ball from Walker to Paulo. Has the ball ripped away by Katoa, and the Dolphins are in possession. A one-on-one steal. Isaiah Katoa. Fantastic work. And again, Parramatta, they just can't get to the end of set when they're down this end of the field. We saw them break out from midfield. Should have been a try. But when it comes to attack actually inside the Dolphins' half, they just can't get anything happening. Fifth and last for the Dolphins now. Short side for Nikorima. Taken on the full at the back by Iongi, who heads infield. Thought about offloading. That would have been craziness. Parramatta once again pinned down inside their own 10. Odd Poppet wants to know when the Bunnies are playing so that you can set your alarm. I can tell you that your Rabbitohs are playing tomorrow night. That's 8 p.m. Queensland time. 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Bunnies taking on the Broncos. As again, having success on that left edge, the Eels finding a little bit of open space. Moses in midfield puts a huge twirling bomb up. Pressure on the hammer, who does well to take it and surrenders in the tackle. Oh, no, but they've given away a penalty. On the kick chase, the penalty's been given away. Oh, it's a penalty to the Eels. There you go. Okay, the referee had his hand out the other way for so long. And it's an escort penalty against the Dolphins. So Parramatta are going to get this ball back. Well, here's a chance. Can they finally mount some attack inside the red zone of the Dolphins? They tap and go. Luca Moretti. Inside the 10 on play 1. Brown out the back to Moses. Shows it inside twice. Then out to Iyongi. Holds on to the ball this time. A sarcastic round of applause, I'm sure, there for Isaiah Iyongi. Paulo at first receiver. Onto Walker. Change of direction. Back down this near side for Moses. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. Paulo charges onto it. 5 meters from the line. He stands in the 3-man tackle. They can't bring the big fella down. He's half a meter out. Plays it on tackle 4. Moses in front of the post to Brown. Out the back for Iyongi. And they race up on him to the Dolphins and put him down 5th and last. What can Moses come up with? Just a little dink in over the top. Walker tries to milk a penalty. It's play on. And Herbie Farnworth is tackled in goal. Goal line dropout incoming. Well, that's a result. Might not be the result they were after, the Eels, but it's a result nonetheless. Dolphins go short with the restart. It finds the 10, and it's been lost forward by the Eels. Riley Smith comes away with it, dives over the line, but it's been knocked on, I think you'll find. And that will be an offside penalty to the Dolphins. Gone up as no try. So the Dolphins, they've found the 10 meters. Oh, has Bostock knocked this on? Okay, it's off the fingers of Bostock into the face of one of the Eels. So this will actually be a knock-on, I believe, against Bostock. So the Eels may get the ball back here. It's brushed the fingers there. There you go. Bostock and 2 smoking barrels with the first touch. So the Eels, it'll be no try, but they should at least get the ball back here, you would think. There we go. Riley Smith was indeed offside, confirmed, but the initial infringement here will be knock on against Bostock. The Eels will decide to have the scrum in midfield. 27 minutes gone. You know what would be nice? I would love another tick off the multi right before halftime. That would be good. Scrum down here for the Eels. 10 meters out, right in front of the post. Moses feeds it. They go left. Left is Brown. Steps back in field. And Brown will go into contact on his own inside the 10 on play 1. Smith hands it off on the inside for Moretti. 5 meters out now. Parramatta, 4 tackles left. Smith out to the right where Brown awaits. Moses onto Iyongi. Holds the pass up nicely for Bailey Simonson to dive over. And I have got my wish. I've got my second tick off the multi. And Mitch Moses will have a conversion attempt from the sideline to lock us all up. And there we go. Parramatta, once they've strung a few plays together down this end of the field, they've made it look very, very easy. Bailey Simonson diving over to score. We're halfway there. 6 points to 4, kick to come. Odd Poppet says, if you wish something hard enough, it will come true. Ah, that right? I wish for unlimited free beer supply. Unlimited free beer supply. Notice this says you're a multi-shot god. I'm a multi one-leg fail god as Moses from the sideline hooks it past the near upright. And it remains 6 points to 4. Tick me off over there on TikTok. Round 10. Bring back the biff. Yes, indeed. Game's gone soft. Bring back the biff. It's what we want to see. Ruthless aggression. Somebody was asking what the next wrestling stream was going to be. And that will be in not this week, but the week after. So not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. And now Parramatta from the kickoff get a penalty. The Dolphins inside the 10. And they're going to get a nice little piggyback straight back upfield here. Finding touch on the halfway line. Through the hands now. And well wrapped up as the Dolphins race up and put pressure on Brown. Walker. What a pickup Dylan Walker's been for the Eels, right? He just adds so much versatility there off the bench. They've been a very different team. Mitchell Moses coming back isn't the only thing that's changed this team. As Brown now heads across this near side, beats the first tackle, and he goes down 15 from the line. A lot of front foot ball here for the Eels. A lot of momentum. Fifth and last, 10 out, right in front of the post. Moses has it. Cutout pass hits the chest of Charlie Geimer, I think it was, or that's Jordan Samarani, actually, who spills the ball anyway. And Parramatta, well, talk about being sparked to life. A couple of penalties back-to-back. Couple of breaks. They're starting to look very, very good. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. James Edgar says, hey, mate, thanks for your work. Ahoy, James. No problem. Dolphins out to the 40. And Nichols with a nice strong carry. Fifth and last on halfway. Katoa puts it high. And the Fox is under it again. A kick fails to find touch. Oh, fails to find the grass, actually. Parramatta with the front foot ball. Can they strike again before the halftime break? Chris French, ahoy, mate. Doing very well, thank you. As the Eels now spread it down the near side. Penasini's back on the field. Puts the fend on, but he's brought to ground by Bostock just inside Dolphins territory. Oh, the Eels are just rolling on here. Finding Dory, taken 30 metres out. Brown in midfield to Walker. Numbers to the left, and it's the Fox in the clear. Has to step back in field. Jermaine Asako's done extremely well to stick with him. Fifth and last, and now the kick, looking for the upright. It's too deep. And Cody Nikorima takes it in the end goal. 7 tackle set. Oh, time off. A captain's challenge here from the Eels. They're claiming that there was contact after the kick. And let's have a look. Oh, yes. Tom Gilbert, I believe this is, and Moses has taken a dive here, in fairness. Hollywood Central here from Mitch Moses. But in fairness, the Dolphins player here has clearly only got eyes for Mitch Moses. Well, play on is the call. Geez, I hope they didn't captain's challenge that. They did. Unsuccessful challenge. Well, in fairness, the Dolphins did change their direction there. But Moses took a hell of a dive. It was quite the Hollywood. And they didn't fall for it. They being the bunker. Gaber Mel says, yay, just noticed Melbourne play on Sunday. If they played on Saturday, would have been unable to watch due to comp. Numbers here to the right for the Dolphins. Zavarillo is collared and dragged towards the sideline. Stays in the field of play. Hammer at first receiver. Fifth and last. 6 to go until the halftime break. 6 points to 4. Katoa with the little chip in over the top. Batted back by the Dolphins. Still fifth and last. Second kick by the Hammer. And it is dived on by the Eels. Half a meter out from their own line. Sean Russell there to save the day. But all that momentum, all that attacking momentum the Eels had built up is now gone. We're back to a stalemate. And for large portions of this first half, it's been all Dolphins. All Dolphins. Six minutes to go until the halftime break. 6 points to 4, a very low-scoring game. I did think it would be quite the opposite. Fifth and last, Moses thumps this downfield, taken by the Hammer on the full at the back again and failing to find the grass. Notice this, says, where is genitalia? Someone message and let him know his wooden spooners are playing. Oh, he was here at the start. So I think he's just... You know what it's like when you're watching your own team play, and it's quite an emotional experience. So he's probably very heavily engrossed in the game at the moment as the Dolphins take it up over halfway. Quick play the ball. Farnworth takes the line on. He's wrapped up in midfield. 35 out, play 4. Katoa puts it high, down into the corner. Fox is there. Renato Carr looks up. No real options. So just takes it into contact, the Fox. And Parramatta 20 out from their own line now. It's a long way to go back upfield. 4 minutes left until the halftime break. Staying on this near side. Penasini. Was he taken high? He's appealing for it, I think. Slow play the ball. And staying on the short side, Semrani. Fifth and last. Moses from halfway. That's a high Burton-style floater. And it's an easy take at the back in the end for Asako. Dolphins back in possession. So 4 minutes to go till the break. 6 points to 4. It's been 57% possession in favor of the Eels. How they find themselves behind in this game. Unbelievable. I mean, testament to the Dolphins' defense, I suppose, in one respect. But Parramatta have just not taken full advantage of their opportunities. I think that's safe and fair to say as well. Fifth and last for the Dolphins. 30 out. Katoa puts it high. This is contestable ball. The Hammer's there. Oh, what a take from Iyongi. Isaiah Iyongi. He's had a mixed bag of a first half, but that was quality. As I think both teams now are just happy to see it into the halftime break. Two points difference is not a lot, of course. And now up to halfway, a good strong carry from Luca Moretti. Plays it on the fifth and last. Moses stays on the short side. Puts it high. Pressure on the hammer here, but he's done well. The hammer. A great kick chase from Penasini. Just a couple of minutes left now until the break. Let's see what kind of cash out offer they're offering me. You know, they've been offering me really, really dodgy cash out offers in recent weeks. Yeah, and this one's pretty dodgy too. Considering that I put $50 on it, they're offering me $48.57. And I'm halfway there. And straight up the middle goes Nicarima. Where's the support? Support's there from Tom Gilbert, who wasn't expecting it. Fifth and last for the Dolphins. A scattered Eels defensive line. And, Katoa. What was that? Front foot ball. Gaps everywhere in the Eels defensive line. And Katoa puts the kick over the top. And into the dead ball line it goes. What a let-off right on the stroke of half-time. I was occupied with my multi. Daddy, thank you very much for the heart me over there on TikTok. Very much appreciate it. Not my real dad, of course. That's just their username. Thank you once again. Not your first time. Oh, there's high contact there on the Eels. That looked a lot worse than it probably actually was, but it's a penalty here on the stroke of half-time. Just inside Dolphins territory. It might be a bit far out for a shot at the two, but they may as well take it, I suppose. Why not have a crack and look to level things up on halftime? Looked a lot worse if they are going to have a shot at the two. Up they step. Have a crack at the two. And see if they can level it up at halftime. Why not? They need a little bit of a reward here for all the possession that they've had. Kenneth at Bob, watching from, how do I pronounce this? Tabubel, PNG. Watching from PNG anyways. Cheers, Kenneth. Jeremiah says, go the Eels. Roscoe Sykes, who do I think is going to win? Well, I've tipped the Eels as this kick goes straight down the middle from 48 meters out, right on the stroke of halftime. It's Sean Russell who has stepped up and had a crack, is it? Well, there you go. Sean Russell has backed himself from basically the halfway line. And it is all locked up at halftime. And thank you very much for the other 3 roses there on TikTok. 6 apiece at the halftime break. Halfway through our multi. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty exciting. So, we've had a try for Jack Bostock, converted by Asako. And a try from Bailey Simonson, missed conversion. But then Sean Russell, right on the stroke of half-time, pops a penalty goal from almost halfway. I'm going to say basically halfway. I mean, it basically was halfway. He's popped it over. Hell of a kick to lock us up at 6 apiece at the halftime break. Wari says, thanks, watching all the way from PNG. Cheers. Hey, PNG. Pretty soon, we'll be doing calls of these games with an actual PNG team in the competition. That's got to be exciting, right, for all of Papua New Guinea. I've said it a few times on stream. If you're a regular to the Wasted World of Sports, live on YouTube, live on TikTok, live on Twitch, and live on Facebook, I've said it quite a few times. PNG Rugby League, throw some money at Justin Olam to be a spokesman. Justin Olam should be very heavily involved in growing the game over there. Make him a spokesperson, a promotional tool. J.O. Justin Olam. Six apiece at the halftime break. A game that hasn't really kicked on, to be honest. And what I mean by that is it just both teams have showed signs of breaking out, potential of large periods of dominance, but they've just not gone on with it. Neither side has really kicked into gear and taken this game by the scruff of the neck. Whoops, just spilt my drink. Even though both teams have had periods of dominance. So Parramatta go into the halftime break with a huge possession advantage. Well, 8%'s not that huge, is it? It's a lot. But I guess it's not really that huge, I suppose. It's not insurmountable. Roscoe Sykes, you go for the Tigers. They're doing really good this year, and so they should. They've recruited extremely well. I said at the start of the season, the Tigers are a top 8 team. They're looking the goods at the moment. Hey, how's this for insulting? How is this for insulting? I just want to point this out, speaking about the Tigers. And round 10, okay, I understand completely. The Tigers are playing Melbourne in Melbourne. And it's Melbourne coming off the back of a loss. So the rebound factor is going to be massive. I understand all that, but the West Tigers are paying $5.10. $5.10. I don't think Melbourne are going to win that easily. Sorry, Gamer Mel, and sorry, Gina. I don't think Melbourne are going to have it all their own way this weekend. And if you're not convinced maybe that the Tigers have a chance of winning, how about this? A 14.5 line. 14.5 points head start at $1.90. Thank you very much. I mean, don't you just love it when bookies just give away money? And when the bookies give away money, you've got to be ready to jump on it. And here's another opportunity as well. I know that the Bulldogs are missing a few in their forward pack at the moment, but Canberra Raiders versus the Bulldogs. The Raiders are going into this as favourites. The top of the table, Canterbury Bulldogs are going to Canberra, $2.15 outsiders. God bless the bookmakers when they give away money. I love it. I love it. So there you go. There's a couple of opportunities this weekend. Of course, gamble responsibly. Chances are you're going to lose, especially if you listen to me. But I digress. What have we got here? Odd Poppet has sent one Wasted Water Sports gift membership over there on the YouTube. Thank you so much, Odd Poppet. And notice this is the beneficiary of that. Welcome to channel membership. Notice this. Okay, I've got to put your name on the chart now. Now I've got to put your name in the channel members list. Right up the very top. Notice this. Odd Poppet with the £2 super chat. I'm out. I need to go back to sleep. Go Dolphins. Cheers, Odd Poppet. Thank you very much for the donation. Very much appreciate it. Oh, Flo Lacey, have I not put you in? Well. Well, aren't I a useless son of a bitch? Sorry about that, Flo Lacey. All right, I've added you in now as well. My bad. I apologize. Okay. All good, Odd Poppet. It's a what's the saying, or what's the word to say? It's a good problem to have. Thank you for it, Odd Poppet. Now my lights are turned off because I'm setting up this thing on the. There we go. I'm back. I'm setting up this thing on the wrestling streams. Yes, super chats. Turn the lights off. It was a little bit delayed, but bloody hell. At least I know it works. Halftime indeed. King Connex. 6 points apiece it is at the break. A penalty goal right on the stroke of halftime. And Sean Russell from halfway, basically, it was. Halfway. Right in front. But still, to be able to boot it that far, get the distance. He had the distance easily. He could have kicked it from 50 or 60 out. I mean, he absolutely nailed it. So 6 apiece at the break. Oh, and he's back right before he goes. Another gifted membership from Odd Poppets. And this time it is Lee Bowden. Lee Bowden. Well, thankfully. Well, not thankfully, but I don't believe Lee is here at the moment. So that's okay. I've got a little bit of time before I add that one in. Eels on TikTok says, as an Eels fan, it's ref versus Dolphins. Jeez, I don't know about that. I feel like the refereeing's been pretty good tonight. All right, at halftime, there's a few questions about the games coming up and who I'm going for. So let's run through them just quickly. I've tipped the Eels in this one, so my week could be off to a disastrous start straight away, right? I've got the Knights being in the... Oh, there was a cat running across the freeway. At least, yeah, looks like it's okay. It's safe. So I've gone for the Eels to win this one. They've been far from convincing, though, haven't they? I've got the Knights beating the Titans. It's down there in Newcastle. I think if that game were at the Gold Coast, I might have thought about the Titans. But I've got the Knights winning beating the Titans there in Newcastle. Now, this is an interesting one. The Rabbitohs versus the Broncos. Here's the reason that it's interesting, because obviously the Rabbitohs have been just decimated by injuries. They do have Humphreys coming back. Injuries and suspensions. Jamie Humphreys is coming back. Jamie Humphreys was looking like he was some sort of revelation there in the halfback jersey at the start of the year, back when the Rabbitohs were winning. I can't help but notice that the Rabbitohs started to struggle a little bit when Humphreys went out injured. So Humphreys is back. Latrell Mitchell is back from suspension as well, and Havili is in. I've just got a sneaky suspicion the Rabbitohs at home, Wayne Bennett is the coach. Wayne Bennett knows how to coach against his former club. Wayne Bennett coached teams get up for games against the Broncos. As it stands right now, I do not have the confidence to actually tip the Rabbitohs. But by the time tomorrow night comes around, I may very well have gone all in on the Rabbitohs. At the moment, I'm suggesting, though, the Rabbitohs to cover the line. They've been given 10.5 head start. I think they cover the Broncos. I don't believe should be $1.27 favorites, and the Rabbitohs $3.82 outsiders. So I've got the Rabbitohs to cover the line. That's some key players coming back. As I said, the Raiders $1.71 favorites to beat the Bulldogs is just asinine. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my existence. The Bulldogs will win that game. So $2.15 by the bookies. Thank you very much. I'm more than happy when they give away money. Dragons versus the Warriors. Okay, how much traveling have the Warriors done in recent weeks? Let me just have a look at the draw. I'm just wondering if the Warriors might be about to run out of steam. The Dragons at home are a completely different beast. Rectub 91, thank you very much for the 20 TikToks. Very much appreciate that, mate. So I just want to have a look specifically at the Warriors draw in recent weeks. So, Suncorp for Magic Round, obviously. They were in Christchurch. They were in Auckland. They were in Melbourne. Okay. All right. No, they should still be pretty fresh. All right. Warriors to beat the Dragons. But that will be a close one. That'll be a tight game. Penrith are pretty much back to full strength now. This will be the strongest Panthers team that we've seen since Vegas, and they will blitz the Cowboys. Storm Tigers. I've got the Tigers to easily cover the line, but Melbourne probably get the win there. And Manly at home, 4 points. Brookvale should get the job done against the Sharks. Should. Brendan Barker, ahoy, mate. How are you, Brandon? Flo Lacey's gone for Eels, Knights, Broncos, Raiders. Craziness. The Warriors, Panthers, Storm, and Sharks. Second half about to get underway. And it is the Eels with the kickoff, all locked up at the halftime break. Dolphins. Can they wrestle some momentum back here? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Didea Katum, you think the Dolphins will win the game tonight? All locked up at halftime. I mean, anybody's game, right? It is the Dolphins with first use of it. Catch you later, Gamer Mel. Enjoy your night. Fifth and last now, just inside the Eels territory. Pressure on Katoa. Gets the kick away, though. Fox is there. Fox plants himself under it, and he's hit hard by Finafuake. And Jermaine Asako chasing through. Sean Russell with his heroics there on the stroke of half-time. Brings it out to the 20. Simonson. Oh, so I need 2 more is what I need. 2 more ticks off the multi. And a penalty to Parramatta. A penalty here early in the second half. Defunk, ahoy, mate. Moses finds touch on halfway. just short of halfway. Smith sends it on to Moretti for the first sit-up. They're up over halfway now, that's for sure. Moses at the back for Brown. Brown has to surrender in the tackle. Nothing doing there. 40 meters out from the Dolphins line. Who's going to strike first? We're halfway through the multi. 2 legs down, 2 to go. .30 out in midfield. A few tackles left. Walker goes to Moses. Short ball. Almost through the gap. Samurani. Here's Walker at first receiver. Flat pass across the face of the defense. And finding Dory scores under the post. Parramatta, what a blitzing start to this second 40. 2.5 minutes gone. And they're up 10 points to 6. And based on the possession stats, that probably would have been a scoreline justified of them at the halftime break. Well, they've struck straight after the break. Their first opportunity down this end of the field. Dylan Walker. What a purchase he has been. What a pickup. Defunk says, exciting news about the Perth Bears. Could be your new second favorite team. Well, there you go. Odd Poppet says the coach. Oh, nice to still have you here, Odd Poppet. The coach lit a fire up their ass during halftime. Yeah, he probably did. Hope you're doing well, though, Odd Poppet. You know what? When I wished earlier, as Sean Russell puts this over from right in front, 12 points to 6, the Eels lead. Matt Dory with the try. Earlier, when I wished for unlimited free beer, I actually take it back, Odd Poppet. I am going to take that wish back, and I'm going to wish for a complete, clean bill of health for everybody out there, but specifically Odd Poppet, to be feeling 100% a clean bill of health for Odd Poppet and for everyone. Moses takes the kickoff, firing the pass now out into midfield for Luca Moretti. And Smith plays it to Walker. Walker has been immense in this game so far. He's been immense since he's come across to the Eels, to be honest. The Eels now look right. 30 out from their own line on play 3. Smith to Dory, the try scorer. That's not how wishes work. I'd pop it, but you told me that if you wish for something hard enough, it comes true. Or maybe that was somebody else that said that. Somebody in the chat room told me if you wish for something hard enough, it comes true. Penalty now to the Eels. High contact. Just inside the Dolphins' territory. Oh, they've started this. Oh, and it is too. Clear high contact from Mark Nichols. A dream start to the second half here for the Eels. Finding touch, 30 out from the line. They tap and go. Here's Dory, the try scorer. Pidzo4 says 4 weeks. That's 4 weeks if Preston gets 4. Well, Preston got 4 because he contested, so it should have only been 3. If he doesn't compete, if he doesn't contest, it would have been 3 weeks. So, yes, you're right, though. I agree. It should be 3 weeks and 4 if he unsuccessfully contests. That was an absolute rort. That was Preston's. Anyway, short ball for Sean Russell. 10 meters out. I need Penasini and I need the hammer. Tennessee and the hammer. Through the hands they go now, and they're up quick on Moses. It's Herbie Farnworth who puts Moses on his back. Fifth and last now. Smith goes from dummy half, chips in over the top, and it's been claimed by the Dolphins. $12 points to 6. 6 gone in the second half. Dolphins ball on their own 20. Defunk says, I like DCE because he is the best thing since Darren Lockyer, so go Broncos. I'm with you on that, pop it. Up over halfway now, and the offload is spilt by the Dolphins. And Parramatta back in possession. They spill it as well. Double knock on. But it will be Parramatta ball on the halfway line. Osh K says, let's go Dolphins. Both teams have been guilty of the scrap. Both teams. It's been a very scrappy-do performance. Whoever puts it together for the longest, I mean, that's who'll win this game. Doesn't matter about possession, doesn't matter about territory. It's what you do with it. 5 errors from the Eels is why they haven't taken full advantage of that huge territory. Well, not territory, but a huge possession advantage that continues to grow. They've got 56% now to the Dolphins' 44 across the game. Here's Junior Paulo now. Carries inside the 30. Takes 3 to bring him down always. Big Junior. Into midfield. Moses to Brown. Lined up to the right here. Iongi to Penasini. To Simonson looking for a double. Flick pass back in field. Still alive for the Eels. They're half a metre out now. Tackle 4. Inside the 10. Moses keeps it in tight to the tackled area. 5th and last. That's Moses out of the kicking options now. Walker puts the grubber kick in. Was it played up by Dolphins? No, it wasn't, says the referee. And that will be a handover. Dolphins a metre out from their own line. Right in front of the posts. And I'm not so sure about that call. I'm not so sure about that at all, as Junior Paulo lines up his man but misses. And away come the Dolphins. They're charging upfield. Here's Josh Kerr, but... And a penalty. Well, that'll help. A penalty to the Dolphins. Nine minutes gone in the second half. 12 points to 6. I'll be right back. Had to grab myself another beer. Katoa now through the hands. Dolphins lined up to the left. But Nicarima is brought down. A one-on-one tackle by Mitchell Moses. Farnworth from dummy half. Beats 1. Tackle 4. Now half a metre out the Dolphins. Go left. Katoa dummies. And he's wrapped up by Moses again. Gets the offload away. Beware the second phase. Nicarima inside for Stone. 5th and last. Katoa, crossfield kick, perfectly placed. And it has been taken by Russ. Well, where was the kick chase? There was no kick chase to speak of. They were only 10 metres out for the line, and there was 0 kick chase. No pressure there on Sean Russell. 12-6. Parramatta. 10 minutes gone in the second half. We need some try scorers. A couple of try scorers from the multi. $20 out from their own line here, fifth and last. This has been a huge defensive set from the Dolphins. Moses from inside his own 20 needs a monster of a kick here. But it's been taken on the fall by Bostock. He needed to find the grass. Bostock brings it back just short of halfway. Probably not a good kick return in the circumstances. They could have squeaked out some more there. They being the Dolphins, of course, as Asako backs over halfway. Odd Poppet. The Rabbitohs are picking up Brandon Smith. Yes. Brandon Smith, the cheese, as he is affectionately known. And it is, of course, possible to be this season. 20 out from the line. Fifth and last for the Dolphins. Katoa in midfield. Puts it high. Contestable ball. Flying through as Bostock. The ball spills out the back. And it's been picked up by Bailey Simonson. But we've got a referee's whistle. What's the whistle for? Who would know with the bloody... They don't put the camera on it. Looks like it was lost forward by the hammer. Oh, forward by the hammer. Parramatta ball. There you go. 12 minutes gone in the second half. 12 points to 6. The Eels in the lead. I still need the hammer, and I still need Penasini. We're halfway through a 4-leg multi. An insulting cash-out offer gets even worse now, I'm sure. It's down to $19. Junior Paulo on the crash ball. Fifth and last for the Eels. They are 40 out from the line now in midfield. Moses puts it high. It's gone above the lights. And the hammer takes it. Under no pressure at all, the hammer at the back. Hell of a take. Knox shorts. Ahoy, mate. Scooting out of dummy half is Avarillo. Tries to Milky Magoo a penalty as well. Oh, no, actually, I think he might have legitimately hurt his shoulder. I'm going to take that back. He has legitimately cocked his shoulder. As Katoa now, dummies, takes it up over halfway. Fifth and last. Nikorima puts the kick down the middle of the field. It's a wobbly old one. And it's been lost by Iongi. Back into possession for the Dolphins. Asako with the flick pass. Avarillo with the goose step back in field. He's got the hammer. Hammer gets away from one. Offloads for Asako down this near edge. And look at the Parramatta jersey. Swamp. And they've taken Asako down 15 out from the line. 0 tackle. Here they come now, the Dolphins, looking to get back and lock these scores up. Katoa. Dummies. And he's held up just a couple of meters short. Now the Dolphins on play 2. Scratch that because they've just got a 6 again. They bring it right. Ray Stone will play it now. And from dummy half, trying to dive over, but it's held up. Trying to dive his way over there was Harrison Graham. Plays it now, 10 meters out. They had to go back. They've got a full set of 6, though, essentially. That was play 1. Still a chance. Katoa sends it out to the left. One pass out. Gilbert in midfield. Straightens the attack. Katoa is a decoy. They go for the flat pass for Stone. He's on that right upright, and it's been intercepted by the Eels, and away they go. Ankle tap. Samrani is ankle tapped and brought down, 25 out. Slow play the ball, but the Dolphins are on the back foot now. That pass was intercepted. And they're just bereft of ideas here, the Dolphins. They asked no questions there of the Parramatta defensive line. And the Eels go straight back down into Dolphins territory. Tackle 4. Jack Williams will play it. 40 out. They go left. Brown, flat pass. Katonga offloads. And Iongi is tackled now, 15 from the line. Moses, crossfield kick. Looking for the posts. Up there, competing for the ball is Penasini. Penasini comes down with it. Has he scored? Will Penasini? It's going up as no try. Do not steal my multi from me. Penasini doesn't seem all that confident. This will be huge for the multi. So Farnworth has got hold of the ball here, Farnworth. Herbie Farnworth. Okay, Herbie Farnworth has knocked the ball on into Will Penasini's arm. Penasini gets a touch and loses it. Oh, I've been screwed out of my multi here. Double knock on. First one by Herbie Farnworth. Second one by Penasini. It's going to be no try, but it will be Parramatta ball. Oh, I thought we were on there. I thought we were on big time. Well, it's going to be a goal line dropout. Knocked on in goal is a goal line dropout. Oh, that would have been 3 or 4 legs. That would have been huge. The ball only just finds the 10 meters and it's been knocked on by the Eels. They have no challenges remaining, and it is Penasini. Heartbreak. Dolphins get a result there. Scrum down for the Dolphins. 10 out from their own line. Unbelievable. That really was unbelievable. When you get your same game multi try prediction over the line, but they don't come away with the try. That's how close it can be sometimes. Between a win and a loss. Marley Prime says, Dan, what do you think about the Jerome Luai versus Nathan Cleary on round 14? No thoughts either way at the moment. Will they, round 14, will they even be playing? Like it's 4 weeks away. Through the hands now. Farnworth onto Bostock. Bostock beats 2. Moses holds on for dear life. Nikorima on. It goes now for Nichols. Nichols carries to 40 meters out from the Eels line. Katoa puts it high. Contestable ball. Iongi's under it. They chase him down, but he gets away and falls to ground 10 meters out from his own line. "59 minutes gone in this match. 12 points to 6. The Eels, a low scorer. I really thought overs would be the way to go here. But not to worry, not to worry. As Junior Paulo gets away from one, bumps off another. Jr. is just raising his hand and saying, hey, representative coaches, do not forget about me. The kick down to Bostock. Again, it doesn't find the grass. And Bostock and 2 smoking barrels. He'll bring it back. A quarter of the game left to go. 12 points to 6. Still anybody's game, this one. There's X Factor out there. Moses, the Hammer. Just to name a couple. The Fox, X Factor. Anybody could blow this game wide open. Pinafuaki. That's a good strong carry. Tackle 4 now. They're in striking distance. 30 out. Katoa wants it in midfield. Gets it. Out the back for Nicarima. Here's the Hammer now. They've got a 3-on-2. Farnworth straightens. And what a tackle there around the legs. Penasini it was. 5th and last. Nicarima shows it. Back inside. And that's a try for Lemuelu. Cody Nicarima dummies the kick. Hands it back inside. The Parramatta defense was not jamming across. And Lemuelu scores. They held off when he dummied the kick. And they held off. Connolly Lemuelu. Wouldn't you know that I put him in my multi every single week, apart from this one. The cheeky bugger. Oh, well, hey, I still reckon we're on. 20 minutes left to play. Connolly Lemuelu. I put him in every single week, apart from this one, because I'd given up on him. Beautiful work there from Nicarima. Odd Poppet says that's called Sod's Law. Called My Maltese, it's what it's called. Jermaine Asako from just to the left of the post. Puts that one over. And we are all locked up at 12 apiece. Just under a quarter of this game to go. Anybody's game. Rock My Balls says, I wish Finns for another 2 more tries. Oh, thank you very much for the... What is that? A fluffy penguin. Rectub91 with a fluffy penguin and a little wing over there on TikTok. I love penguins. Thank you so much for that, Rectub. 18 minutes to play. All square again. Oh, golden point. We couldn't, could we? We couldn't possibly. We just had golden point on Sunday night to end Magic Round. Controversy abounds in that one. We couldn't possibly, could we? As off the field goes Bailey Simonson. I wonder what that's all about. I wonder if that was HIA. But anyway, he's done his job for me. As the Dolphins up over halfway. Strong set of 6 this one after points. 5th and last. 45 out. Katoa. Puts this one high. Doesn't find the grass again. I don't remember a single kick tonight finding the grass. As Iongi brings this one back, taking it on the full. So the kickers have been nullified tonight for both teams. That, of course, is obviously a huge advantage, you would think, to the Eels. The kicking game of Mitch Moses. But yes, both kickers have been nullified tonight. None of those balls finding the turf, as Kafusi was wise to the offload there. Shut that down. Smith from inside the 40. 2 straight. Didn't get the angle on it at all. But at last, a kick has found the turf. Hammer brings it back to the 20. Bumps off Smith. Bumps off a second. And that's a good, strong carry from the Hammer. Bostock now. Outside the 30. 16 minutes to play. Nicarima scoops it up with one hand, and Herbie goes straight through. Farnworth needs support. One-on-one with Iongi. No, he doesn't. Herbie Farnworth will score the try himself. Talk about X Factor. Talk about game breakers. We forgot all about Herbie the Love Bug. Herbie Farnworth has just blown this game wide open. And the Dolphins claim the lead. 16-12. Kick to come. Herbie Farnworth, nothing doing here. Nothing at all. And he's picked out Riley Smith and Mitch Moses. They've missed the tackle. Herbie Farnworth, take a bow. What a turnaround this has been. $16-12, kick to come. Oh, and a cheeky little wink there from, he's like, yeah, what of it? What of it? That was incredible. Needed support, I said. Herbie's in the clear. He needs support. No, he doesn't. Jermaine Asako to make it a 6-point game. From just to the left of the post, puts it down the middle. And the Dolphins lead 18-12. Robert M. Ahoy, mate. Robert M. says, go Dolphins. Kenneth at Bob says, go Dolphins. What a turnaround it's been. $18-12. The Eels with the kickoff. 65 minutes gone. And suddenly, all the wind in the sails here for the Dolphins. Players running everywhere. Dano on TikTok says, boo, Dolphins. Not a Dolphins fan there. Kafusi brings it outside the 40. Katoa just shuffling it along here. Finafawaki stands, backs into the defense, takes it over halfway on play 4. The Hammer bumps off one. Oh, he's been so strong tonight, the Hammer. 5th and last. Katoa puts it high. Should be an easy take at the back for Isaiah Iongi. The Dolphins chase well and pin him down on the 10-meter line. Sean Russell met by 3 Dolphins defenders. Momentum. It's going to be very hard to get back here with 14 minutes to go. It's now the Foxes driven backwards. They're still on the 10 here on play 3. This is a huge defensive set. They just can't get any go forward here, the Eels. 5th and last, have made it up to their own 20-meter line. And Moses, not for the first time tonight, kicking from inside his own 20. And he's picked out the chest of the Hammer. Dolphins win the territory battle again. Hammer gets away from one. And he's tackled on the 40. Dolphins down the short side. Jermaine Asako. Oh, beware the leg pull. Bostock over halfway. He's brought down in midfield on play 3. 40 meters out from the try line. The Dolphins. Francis Molo winds up. Katoa Flat pass there for Kafusi. Surely forward. Fifth and last, 20 metres out. Nikarima dummies the kick again. Here's the hammer, puts it in, and it sits up for Iongi, who takes it a metre short. A metre out from their own try line. Parramatta pinned down inside their own 10. A good run there from Samrani. And this is a better start to the set. Penasini now getting involved as well. Smith finds some space. Takes on Felice Kafusi. And Kafusi body slams him down. Smashed him into the turf. Long pass out into midfield. And now they stretch it wide for the Fox. Fox is in open space. But Jake Avarillo, what a tackle. And that ball is knocked out of the Fox's hands into touch. Jake Avarillo. What a monstrous effort. (18-12). Dolphins, a full set of 6 now. 8 errors by the Parramatta Eels. I mean, that pretty much tells the story. Francis Molo. Tackled 30 out. Right in front of the posts and change of direction. Slow to get up and play this one, though. They're staying down to milk the penalty. Boo! We don't like milk. We like beer. Herbie Farnworth. He's certainly trying his best here to get the penalty. Still down. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty. Mitch Moses, the look on his face. It's on report. It's going to be a penalty. The milking has worked. Well, this looks like it's going to be a penalty to the Dolphins, and they will surely take the shot at 2. And magically, Herbie Farnworth is okay. Magically. Once he realized the penalty was about to be given, Herbie Farnworth suddenly popped up like nothing was wrong with him. And I think that's what Mitch is saying right now. Mitchell Moses is like, look at him. He's up. He's not hurt. I really don't like the soccer milking. I really don't like it. Here's an opportunity for the Dolphins, though. This will put one hand on the victory. Jermaine Asako steps up. To give the Dolphins an 8-point lead. Jermaine Asako puts it down the middle. Dolphins up 20 points to 12. But I've got to be honest, disgraceful. Disgraceful. We do not want to see NRL become that. Laying down for a minute and a half to milk a penalty. Staying down until he hears the referee's whistle, and then he pops up magically like nothing's wrong. I think if you stay down injured for a minute and a half, you should be forced to leave the field. Milk the penalty, yes, but you should have to leave the field. That's disgraceful. I do not like seeing that at all. Eels get us back underway. 9 minutes to play. They suddenly find themselves behind by 8. Dolphins back in possession. I am not happy about that at all. And I'm a fan of the Dolphins. We know that for those who have joined the streams long enough, I've got a soft spot for the Dolphins. I can't say as I agree with that, though. I can't agree with that performance. Kafusi up to halfway, 5th and last. Just over halfway. Molo. So, 8 to play. Katoa puts the kick up. The Fox is under it. Fox takes it. Shrugs away from one. And he's wrestled to ground there by Finafuaki. 15 out from their own line. The Eels. This has been familiar territory for them. Look at this defense of the Dolphins. 3 in. Driving the player backwards. Keeping them stuck inside their own 20. An early shift now for the Eels. They have to try something different. Time's running out. Smith down the short side for Moses. Hands it off inside for Penasini. Paulo in midfield. Hands it on. Walker. Stands in the 3-man tackle. 5th and last. They're only up to the 35. They're going to run it here. The Eels. It's the 5th and last. Inside ball. And space is created for Iongi. He's got support from Brown. Brown puts the head down. Brown will dive over and score. They're back in it. 7 minutes to play. And it's about to be a 2-point ball game. Well, talk about taking a risk. Running it from halfway on the 5th and last. And the Eels have broken out. From inside their own 40, I thought they must not have realized it was the 5th and last. And it's Kotonga. Gets the ball away for Iongi. A simple draw and pass there on the hammer. And it is a try for Dylan Brown. She's not over yet. Gina, this is Better Beer. Better Beer, it's the only 0-carb, like, healthy beer that doesn't taste like garbage. I was trying to think of a PC way of describing the beer. But yeah, it doesn't taste like utter crap. Very nice. Dylan Brown with the try. It's at 20 points to 16. The kick to come. 5 minutes to play. Blockbuster finish inbound. Yes, I can do the drinking. Gina, should we ever meet? I'll bring the chocolate, you bring the beer. Jeez, I feel like I'd be winning on that deal. Because beer's more expensive than chocolate, right? From the kickoff, Parramatta trailing by 4. 6 minutes to play. They've got to go the length of the field again, though. Can they do it? What a game this has turned out to be. Paulo at first receiver to Walker. Here's Moses. Good shape to the right. And Penasini tackled on the 40-meter line. That's play 3. They've made some good yardage here. Edge-to-edge stuff they go. Brown takes them on. Slow play the ball. The crowd wants a penalty. And that ball's loose out the back. Was it touched by a Dolphin? Is it 6 more? No, says the referee. Brown fends off. Dylan Brown goes straight through. Where's his support? Oh, he didn't give it. Brown is tackled. 5th and last. 15 out from the line. Numbers to the right. They've got 72 on 1 out to the right. Iongi to Penasini. Penasini goes on his own. Penasini had the white line fever. Will Penasini goes on his own and Herbie Farnworth brings him down a metre short. Dolphins ball. Oh, they had a couple of chances there, the Eels. Dylan Brown with the initial break couldn't get the ball out to the Fox. And then Penasini decided to take the line on. There was definitely a 6 again missed in there by the referee. Fifth and last now, the Hammer will play it just short of halfway. 3 minutes left to play. Katoa sends it deep. Taken on the fall by the Fox. And the Fox now goes straight through. Josh Adokar, where's his support? What a tackle that brings him down just short of halfway. Front foot ball, numbers to burn out to the right again. Can they send it there? Bad pass for Moses. Has to go back and collect it. 2-on-1. Penasini steps back in field. Penasini gets away from Nikorima. Ducks under the tackle of Farnworth. They're not out of this, the Eels. 3 minutes left. 4 tackles to go in this set. They might get themselves a set repeat. The Dolphins' defensive line is in tatters. 25 out. Paulo at first receiver. Now they've lost it on tackle 3. Who's number 13? Oh, what a goof. Jermaine Hopgood. Jermaine Hopgood, you goof. Oh, it was Dylan Walker. Okay, my apologies to Jermaine Hopgood. Dylan Walker has been so good all night long. That's a huge mistake, though. 2 minutes to play. They might get one more set, and the Eels have already proven that they can go the length of the field, basically. They might get one more chance at it. Dolphins down the short side. Avarillo taken. 30 out from their own line. Inside the last 2 minutes. Slow play the ball. Finafuaki on the 40. Here's Katoa. Crossfield. Hands it off inside for Kafusi. A minute and a half left. They'll get one more set. Fifth and last. Here's the kick now. From just inside the Eels half. Katoa. High into the corner. The Fox comes forward. Fox takes it. Here we go. This is it now for the Eels. A full set of 6. They're on their own 20. They've got to go the length of the field. They've almost done it a couple of times, but this is big defense from the Dolphins. They're already through 3 tackles. Paulo onto Hopgood. Moses inside ball and Jack Williams. Moses heads across field. Who's he got to link up with? Huge cutout pass on the bounce to the Fox. Fox with the in and away. Josh Adokar's in space. He's got support inside from Brown. Brown with the in and away. Hammer comes back at him and brings him down. Fifth and last. The Hammer has forced the mistake. Dylan Brown with the dropped ball in contact. The Hammer had the speed. Oh, the Fox should have gone on his own here. The only person that was going to outrun the Hammer was the Fox. Forcing the mistake. What a finish to the game. The Dolphins have won. 20 points to 16. Four points difference. And we have to go back, don't we? I mean, just little moments. And there was a big moment in the first half. A completely butchered try by the Eels. The crowd is deflated. But remember, in the first half, Isaiah Iongi simply had to catch the ball and drop over the try line. Wow. Well, that ended up being a huge finish. I feel like the Fox, he should have put the head down. He probably doesn't outpace the Hammer to the line, but the Hammer always had that covered. The ball back on the inside. It was a snap decision. Hammer always had that covered. I think the best option there for the Eels was for the Fox to pin the ears back and go for the corner. At best, he gets on the outside and scores on his own. At worst, he has an opportunity to get the arms free and flick pass infield for Brown in a better position. What a crazy finish to the game. Honestly, this competition is so tight. This has just been a crazy, crazy season 2025 so far. And I tell you what, I don't think it's going to let up anytime soon. I mean, if you have a look at the ladder. So the Broncos are in 5th place on 10 points. The Broncos are in 5th on the ladder on 10 points. The Dolphins now, who were in 14th coming into this game, they're going to jump up a few. But the Rabbitohs, let's say the Rabbitohs, who will now be in 14th spot, are on 8 points. There's 2 competition points between 5th and 14th. Like, that's insane, right? That is crazy. This competition is going to be so close. The battle for those final spots in the top 8 are going to go down to the very last week. Guaranteed. It's just absolutely unbelievable. The games that we're seeing that are so closely contested. Games to golden point. Games that are still in the balance inside the final 10 minutes. This one here tonight. It looked like it was done for all money a couple of times. It's just absolutely incredible the way that this season's going. It will go down to the wire. And it's been a long time since... I mean, how many times have we seen it in recent years? Like, I'm talking about maybe the past decade, where the top 8 is pretty much... By now, we already have a rough idea on who the top 8's going to be by the end of the season. And then we get 4 or 5 weeks out from the end of the competition, and maybe there's like 1 spot left in the 8 up for grabs. I don't think we're going to get that this year. I think this year there will be 4 or 5 spots up for grabs in the 8. 2 competition points between 5th spot and 14th as it stands at the moment. We're in for an exciting year. Exciting year. The Dolphins getting the job done anyways. Some contentious calls there, it must be said. Once again, I hate the fact that we are once again at the back end of a game and we're talking about the officiating. There were some missed calls at the back end, for sure. Should have been a 6 again there for the Eels. But at the end of the day, buddy, you've got to get yourself into a position where that doesn't matter. It's that old call from Richie McCaw. I always talk about this interview with Richie McCaw when referees have dudded the All Blacks and the interviewers would try and bait Richie into saying something about the referee and he would just never go for it. Richie McCaw, the absolute legend, he just never took the bait. He never bit. He'd say, look, we need to get better at putting ourselves in situations because those calls are going to happen. There will be 50-50 calls throughout the course of a game or throughout the course of a competition. And they'll go your way. They won't go your way. we need to get better at putting ourselves in positions during the game where those calls don't matter. We need to take the responsibility and get better at being in positions where those calls do not matter. And that's just the nature of a championship team. But anyway, I digress. That's neither here nor there. Okay, so we've got a big doubleheader coming up tomorrow, so I won't stick around too long in a post-game for this one. We have got coming up tomorrow here on the Wasted World of Sports. I would be tempted. I'm going to be very tempted here to do the Super Rugby Fijian Drua versus the Blues, because the NRL game tomorrow in the early afternoon is Knights versus Titans. And, well, no disrespect to either of those two teams, but yeah, Fijian Drua versus Blues is probably going to be the better game there. And then Rabbitohs Broncos coming up tomorrow. Can the Broncos rebound? The Rabbitohs have got some big players returning. Latrell Mitchell will be back. Jamie Humphries will be back. Will that be enough for the Rabbitohs? They've still got so many players out with injury. So many out. But will Jamie Humphries, a quality halfback, will that be enough to steer them around? Can Latrell spark some life at the right end of the field and just be enough to get a Broncos team that are just, once again, we're talking about a Broncos team just not living up to expectations. Can they catch them napping? We'll find out tomorrow. Hope to see you there. Thank you so much for your company in this one. I appreciate it as always. And until tomorrow, cheers. Thank you very much, Odd Poppet, once again for the donations and the channel membership gifts. Paddy, Daddy, and Rec Tub, thank you very much for the donations on TikTok. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining along on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you joined us from. And we'll be back tomorrow. Catch you then. Cheers.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. They're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pence less from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. We're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest, with a laugh and a some beer. Yeah.
Teddy lost his shorts again. He's burning down the sideline. Boots blurred, defenders flatline. Eyes on the prize, he don't even flinch till his shorts get yanked and we all get a glimpse. He's got the moves, he's got the pace. The fullback fire, no one can chase. But every second game without fail, he moves the crowd like his tail's from the tail. Tedesco's got that power peach. Tears through lines like a one-man breach. Every try a cheeky show, 'cause someone always grabs too low. He's the king with the runaway pants. Flashing footy fans from the stands. Might lose his kit, but never the ball. He scores, they cheer, we've seen it all. Go, go, Teddy, buns of steel. Spin through tackles like a damn pinwheel. A camera zoom, slow-mo reveal. Another week, another cheeky ordeal. Jerseys ripped, shorts halfway down. Still busts the line and owns the town. From Roosters fans to refs surprise. The league's most famous gluteal thighs. He ain't trying to show it off, but every game becomes a strip-off. He shrugs it off, another dash. Just Teddy being Teddy with ass and flash. Tedesco's got that power peach. Lost his pants, but still in reach. Highlight reels got cheeks galore. He breaks the line, then breaks decor. Shorts down low, but pride stays high. Mooning defenders as he flies by. Booty legend, footy god. All hail Teddy, thong and all. Tang Tang drop the sword. Tang Tang crank the sport. Ice Tiger is our man, showing skin since he began.
Just like a bronco, the beast cannot be tamed. He's a rare breed, playing the forward game. He will cause you pain in the house if you ever try to come to his path. If you ever come to his path, he will cause you pain in the house. At 6'4", he's built like a truck. He'll smash through a tackle. He's the king of the rock. He will cause you pain in the ass if you ever try to come to his path. If you ever come to his path, he will cause you pain in the ass. At 6'4", he's built like a truck. He'll smash through a tackle. He's the king of the rock. He will cause you pain in the ass if you ever try to come to his path. If you ever come to his path, he will cause you pain in the ass. He is the king of the forward game. At 23 years of age, he's already an immortal. The beast cannot be tamed, and the man cannot be shamed. The beast cannot be tamed, and the man cannot be shamed.